Hey guys, what's up? So you guys have been requesting for a long time that I continue making some English lesson videos. So that's what we're gonna do today. Today we are gonna practice confusing English phrases. So let's get started. Okay guys, the first confusing English phrase we have today is so far. So far basically means until now. So what's a good example of so far? Let's say maybe you moved into a new apartment and maybe your friend asks you like, how do you like your new apartment? You could say, yeah, I like it so far. Or maybe you started working at a new job and your friend asks you like, how's your new job? You could say, yeah, so far it's pretty good. Okay guys, so the second confusing English phrase we have is namely. So namely is confusing because it actually has nothing to do with names. Namely kind of means the same as specifically, to be exact. For example, you could say, I like all kinds of desserts, but namely chocolate. I like all kinds of music, but namely rock music. That cafe has lots of different drinks, but namely coffees and teas. So you can see it's just when we want to kind of specifically narrow down on something that we're talking about. Okay, the third confusing English phrase is something that we use all the time, so you should definitely try to incorporate this when you're speaking English, and it is kind of. So this is confusing because kind of can mean like a type of something. Like what kind of music do you like? But that's not what we're talking about. This is totally different. So when we use kind of before an adjective, it actually means a little bit. A little bit. For example, what are some adjectives? We could say hungry, tired, cold, angry, bored, etc. Those are all adjectives. So you can use kind of before an adjective and it has the same meaning as a little bit. For example, you could say, I'm kind of tired today. I'm a little tired today. I'm kind of hungry. I'm a little hungry. The movie was good, but it was kind of sad at the end. So you guys understand. So we use this a lot in English actually, so you should definitely try to incorporate that. The fourth confusing English phrase is for good. So this actually has the same meaning as like forever, permanently. Usually we use for good when we've kind of been off and on, been doing an action like stop and go, start and stop, and then finally we permanently want to stop that action. Let's say there's a couple and they're constantly like breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. And then maybe we can say last week they broke up for good because it was off and on, but now they broke up for good. They permanently broke up. It's really finished this time. Maybe, for example, you really love maybe Izmir and you come to visit like every month because you really want to move to Izmir because who wouldn't want to move to Izmir? So maybe you visit like every single month, but now finally next month you will move to Izmir for good. Permanently. Forever. Okay guys, and the last confusing English phrase we have today is I'll say. So I'll say actually just means like I agree. I really agree with what you just said. So for example, maybe someone says like, this building is so cold. If you agree, you can say, yeah, I'll say. Maybe you just watched a movie at the cinema. Somebody says like, yeah, that movie was so amazing. Yeah, I'll say. It just shows that you really agree. So I'll say. So yeah, guys, that is it for today's English lesson. Let me know. Let me know if this was helpful to you. I can continue making confusing English phrases if you guys thought this was helpful. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you soon, guys. Bye.